WNBA Stephanie White parts ways with Sun amid rumors of joining Caitlin Clark's Fever. Stephanie White and the Connecticut Sun have officially parted ways, opening the door for a potential return to the Indiana Fever, who now feature standout rookie Caitlin Clark. Stephanie White has parted ways with the Connecticut Sun, the organization announced on Monday, October 28. The head coach, who led the Sun into the WNBA semifinals in her 2 years with the franchise, is being courted by two teams, according to reports Caitlin Clark's Indiana Fever and Angel Reese's Chicago Sky. Annie Costabile of the Chicago Sun-Times reported that White was in talks with both the Fever and the Sky. However, it seems like Indiana will be her final choice. Ahead of Sun's announcement, Costabile writes that while nothing has been made official, multiple sources expect White, who's still under contract with the Sun, to be the Fever's next coach. White, honored as the WNBA Coach of the Year in 2023, has deep ties to Indiana. She spent 5 seasons, 2000 to 2004, as a player with the Fever and later served as an assistant coach from 2011 to 14, contributing to the team's 2012 championship win. White also took on the role of head coach from 2015 to 16, achieving a 37-31 record. How Simone Biles and Gabby Thomas surprised Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark is used to being swarmed by throngs of adoring fans at Indiana Fever games. But this time it was Clark's turn to feel starstruck. Simone Biles and Gabby Thomas, who have won a combined 16 Olympic medals, surprised Clark at a Fever game in August. "We were hiding next to their locker room and waiting for them to run out," Thomas said. The entire team was floored and Caitlin was so shocked. Clark profusely thanked Biles and Thomas for showing up to support the team. Biles and Thomas expressed how proud they were of Clark. "It's so fun to see the support and excitement that athletes have for one another," Thomas said. Football, tennis, F1, boxing, UFC, cricket, rugby, golf, racing, NFL, NBA, other. Home sport, NBA. Stephanie White's 5-word claim speaks volumes ahead of potential Caitlin Clark link-up. Stephanie White has voiced her pride in Indiana, previously branding it the basketball state as speculation of her taking a new head coach role with the Fever heats up. The experienced 47-year-old bid farewell to Connecticut Sun after leading them to a formidable 28-12 record, which saw the team secure second place in the Eastern Conference just behind New York Liberty. In spite of their stellar season and playoff berth, the franchise announced White's departure on Monday through social media, sharing, "Thank you, Coach. We have parted ways with head coach Stephanie White." Stephanie White showed true colors with 5-word claim as she could be Caitlin Clark's coach. Stephanie White has already said that Indiana is the basketball state as she's linked with a new head coach role with the Fever. The 47-year-old has recently parted ways with Connecticut Sun after a 28-12 campaign left the side second behind New York Liberty in the Eastern Conference. Despite an impressive campaign culminating in the Sun reaching the playoffs, the franchise on Monday took to social media to announce her departure, writing, "Thank you, Coach. We have parted ways with head coach Stephanie White." And it comes just days after Indiana Fever confirmed that Christy Sides had been dismissed from her own role as head coach, with Kelly Krauskopf, the president of the Fever's basketball operations, writing in a statement, "We are incredibly thankful to Coach Sides for embracing the challenge of leading us through an integral transition period over the last 2 seasons, while also positioning us well for future growth. While decisions like these are never easy, it is also imperative that we remain bold and assertive in the pursuit of our goals, which include maximizing our talent and bringing another WNBA championship back to Indiana." Coach Sides was an incredible representative of the Fever and our community, and we wish her nothing but success in the future. With the Fever on the lookout for a new head coach ahead of the 2025 season, many fans of the WNBA believe that White would be the perfect fit for the job. And the former player-turned-coach has already summed up her thoughts on the franchise. In a clip shared to social media of White speaking with Howard Medgal on the Locked On podcast, she explained Indiana is the basketball state before adding, "I'm happy that the organization is sort of revitalized. And now this next generation of players taking it over." Born and raised in Indiana, White played for the Fever between 2000 and 2004, before transitioning into the world of coaching. She took up assistant coach positions with Ball State, Kansas State, Toledo, and Chicago Sky before returning to Indiana in 2011. White was promoted to head coach of the Fever in 2015, before jumping ship to Vanderbilt the very next year, spending 5 years at the Nashville-based side before signing for Connecticut Sun in 2023. With sides out of the picture and White no longer a part of the Suns' makeup, a homecoming could be written in the stars for the tactician. One player who White would look to get the best out of should she take the reins of the Fever is none other than 2024 Rookie of the Year Caitlin Clark, who smashed several records in her maiden season in the big leagues after being selected by the side as the first overall pick of the draft.